Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
The truth.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Onde
There
é
were
que eu
only
vou?
empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Eu. Ah, permiso.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Thank you.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Suave, irmão.
We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Não sou um maluco, é isso. Além das sombras do conformismo, o milagre sobre a luz o aguarda. Memória de um bom amigo e poeta.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do it
nails
by
into the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Deve ser.
Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I
Emerson.
got you. I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
get
some
him to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Só os vídeos lembro, mano. Artista.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Como ele sabe que eu tava assim? Entendi.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Dá uma olhada.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Bem-vindo à clínica de Cauldron Lake. Aqui podemos dar-lhe a ajuda especializada que precisa, porém observe o seguinte. Peça seus amigos e familiares para planejarem visitas de modo a não interferir em sua terapia ou período de criatividade. Por favor, respeite a privacidade e espaço pessoal do resto dos pacientes, especialmente durante seus processos criativos. Seja paciente. Nossos pacientes têm problemas criativos de longo prazo que não serão resolvidos da noite para o dia. Permita-se o tempo necessário. Tenha em mente que receberá voluntariamente um tratamento específico para o seu problema. A terapia do compromisso e seu método associado, o fluxo, são mais eficazes quando você lhes dá forma e os conduz. Se tiver qualquer dúvida, por favor, não hesite em nos perguntar.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
O doutor tá estranho, mano.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was... Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Ó. Nossa, deixei 5 pra trás, mano. Não. Então, beleza, entendi. Os que tem um símbolo, você só consegue encontrar se você estiver jogando no dificuldade pesadelo. Ou seja, no capítulo 1 eu peguei todas. Eu estou jogando no modo normal. No capítulo 2 eu peguei todas também, porque esse aqui é um pesadelo. Mas no 3 eu perdi 2. Dava pra ter pego.
Flaring up. Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, The Andersons made more
Oh,
sense.
that's
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no. Sorry,
We have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like...
É como eu já tirei.
Well, he's the boss.
Storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Tô ficando maluco. Qualquer coisa. Deixa eu ver o que é isso. Me manda pra um negócio assim, ó. Doloroso.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Esse aqui não tá aberto.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Tá. Ah, é como se fosse a capa do jogo da Alan Wake. 260. Legal. Acho que é o carinha lá de baixo. Tá bom. Queria ver aqui umas paradinhas pra
The
nós.
white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer? My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from me.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah, ha ha!
It's my storm.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Taking it. We're on a comeback tour, baby! Hammer's Way will have its say rise up in their name!
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
The backstage is all yours, Tom.
I had to get to
Seize
Hartman's
your
office.
destiny.
He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper. Maybe you could come out and beat our local adult.
Let me out of here! Hartman, you hear me? Do your crazy quack!
The markings on the tape said they were
Now, Mrs.
recordings
Wake.
Hartman had made in sessions with his
About Alan's
patients.
problems.
I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
He's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you.
A gente já ouviu isso antes da frase.
And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home.
Daqui, ele que falou pra gente viajar pra cá.
Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
O sorrisinho dele.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. Only in the moment, I had to find a way out. Possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Push. Entendi.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
foi.
I'm here! Hey, come on! We gotta get going!
Calma aí, Barry, pelo amor de Deus. Tá tranquilo agora.
Al, I'm over here! I found the car. The gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out! Oh, geez, Al! The house looks bad! Let's get out of here! Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
Vamos fechar.
I staged the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Al, be careful! I can see them moving around! They're coming for you!
Porra. Tá, aqui é o certo. Caramba.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 pills in the evening. And then
Boah. Caramba.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Shiver. Alan.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
What? O Barry vai de arrasta pra cima, mano. Tanta gente. Esse jogo é foda, mano. O bom é que dá pra ouvir os passos legal, mano, porque às vezes dá. Nada aqui não. Beleza.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Vai ver aquela hora lá, um monte de negócio escrito com o nome do Tom. Será que ele foi o precursor, o primeiro paciente do Hartman? Eu tô entendendo porra nenhuma desse jogo, mano.
Al! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it, don't worry about it!
Fudeu. Cara. Lindo.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Ai, fudeu. Eita! Meu Deus, ele é muito rápido. Ah, tem atrás também. Pô, aí fodeu. Que isso, cara? Um monte, mano. Aí fodeu, hein? Barry, se não apressar esse bagulho aí, fodeu, filho. Vai pé. Ilha de uma cadela. Ele acertou. Filha de uma... Que isso, aí é esculacho. Aí é esculacho total. Caralho, velho. Nossa senhora. Não vai pegar. Irmão, preciso correr, senão eu vou morrer. 7. Posso fazer uma coisa. Pode ser.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Caramba.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh, yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Em arma, que desespero.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Eu só queria uma arma. Que isso? Tá de hack. Fudeu. Oh.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Alguma coisa.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Personal One. Ninguém não explode. Desconfiar no claro, imagina no escuro. Me deixa fudido nesse jogo, não que seja ruim, tá? Mais uma observação é que mesmo ele sendo um jogo que é linear, ele também ao mesmo tempo ele é amplo, tá ligado? Ele é parecido não, no caso, na mesma vibe do The Last of Us, né? Ele é linear, você tem que seguir um caminho específico do jogo, mas... Ah, cadê? Olha aqui. São todos cheatados esses filhos da puta. Ah tá, lembrei que não tenho arma. Fudeu.
I could sense the movement.
Não, eu curto, eu acho da hora, só que
Facing the
tipo,
enemy without a weapon
não,
was
não
dangerous,
é,
but I had no choice.
não era comum na época desse jogo, né? Tipo, eu acho, posso estar falando merda também, tudo bem que o Resident Evil 4 ele é mais antigo e não era assim, então, sei lá. É porque eu achava que ele não era tanto nessa pegada, sabe? Tem essa parte aqui, agora eu tô ficando puto já. Eu vou correr direto lá pro negócio pra dar partida. É, mas deve ser bom mesmo. Filha de uma puta! Ah, não. Que isso, cara? Não, aí é tiração.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead.
O cara tá de
Facing
sniper
the enemy
jogando
without a
bagulho.
weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Pô, não vou fazer não. Ah. Mano, eu vou tentar fazer de novo isso. Mano, que filhos das puta! Não, burro! Ai, ficou assim, merda. Mano, os caras tão de hack. Olha isso, cara. Chegou um quarto.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Pô, mas essa é a minha única forma de sobreviver. É fazendo o bagulho ali. Tá de fuder, mano. Aí eu fiz merda. Mano. Mano, eles são muito rápidos, mano.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Mano, não sei. Tem arma aqui não? Sai! Ah! Ah! Chupa, seu otário! Olha, me acertou, né, filho da puta! Não dá pra apagar a lanterna no jogo. Ele fica ligado 100%. Pô, mas eu fiquei curioso pra ver o que eu consigo fazer ali. Vamos lá. Tô um idiota, né? Eles não vão. Epa. Ah, tá. Ele vai me ajudar aqui. Mas pô, era impossível. Tudo bem. Já foi embora. Ali não tem nada. Deu bom, deu bom, deu bom. Acabou. Ó, o carro que ele
was
falou.
driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Tá, então eu tô indo pro lugar certo, eu vou ao contrário. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui em cima. Tem nada. Vou jogar só até o próximo ponto de controle, aí eu paro, porque eu não sei. Tanto de fazer live quanto de jogar, porque o calor tá me deixando irritado, velho.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Opa, que isso?
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange... The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free. This man, or a diver in a bulky suit, he was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
que machuca.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
É isso.